Grand Rising, everyone. This is Eric coming in from the Blanks Spot Sublimation Blanks and Supply Store, located in Columbia, South Carolina, and this is the Blank Spot Academy. I'm currently in Cleveland right now, getting ready to head back to South Carolina. We're driving. Me and our son were driving back to Columbia to enjoy some time with our family, um, and we're gonna drive on down to Louisiana, but. Um, that's where I'm at right now. And why am I here? Probably wondering why I'm here. I am here because um, I want to talk about something in the news, and I usually don't do this like this, but I want to talk about something that's being um, that's being broadcasted in the news. It's kind of hitting the headlines. So as you jump on, do me a favor, drop your city, drop your state, like it, share it, and tag somebody. Great morning, Grand Rising, everybody. Thank you for jumping on. I'm going to be talking about this. Um, I'm going to reference this broadcast to or what we're talking about. We're talking about Deion Sanders, okay, and his move from Jackson State to Colorado, and I'm going to reference that to business and business building. So, or even if you are somebody out there who is attempting to or wanting to build a better life or improving your life, okay, I think this applies to everybody. So, let me just jump right into it. I don't know what you guys are doing. I don't know if you have a business. I don't know if you work in a job. If you're married and have a family, have kids. I don't know if you're single. It doesn't matter. If you're somebody who is striving to have more, do more, and be better, this is going to apply to you. Now, I watched his whole interview. Well, I watched the interview on YouTube, and it was about 28 minutes long. And the reason why I'm talking about this right now because as I was scrolling through one of the social media platforms this morning, I saw a 4 minute clip. I saw a 4 minute clip of a part of the interview, and he was just saying, "Hey, let's set the record straight. Um, let's set the record straight," and telling people basically why he left. Okay, why he left. And first off, I want everyone to understand that doesn't understand or may not understand. We owe we don't owe anybody an explanation as it comes to our business, whether we're taking care of our personal business or our professional business. We owe no explanation. Okay. My vision and goals may not line up with your vision and goals. Simple as that. It happens. The vision that I have, the conversation that I have with my maker may not involve you in the sense that I owe you an explanation. I may not, it doesn't line up all the time. So your vision is what was given to you, and it may not be a vision that is going to be shared with everyone, or it may not be a vision that everybody's going to agree with. Okay, that's just the bottom line. You can't make it any clearer than that. But he gave an explanation, and it was a 28-minute interview. Okay, 28-minute interview that I saw on YouTube, where it was a press conference, and people were bringing up different things, and some of the reporters were doing some slick jabs. Someone was throwing some things in there, but one reporter actually, thanked him for the work that he did at Jackson State, and um, you know, said that, hey, I appreciate what you did, and I support your move. I support your move. And he went on to explain, and if you haven't seen it, if you're on this broadcast, if you haven't seen it, go to our Facebook page, the Blank Spot, our business page. Go to the Facebook page, and you can watch the 4 minute clip that I shared if you haven't seen it. If not, you can go to our TikTok. Both of them are the Blank Spot, and I uploaded a 4 minute video. Okay, so watch the whole video, listen to it, and then if it makes sense, don't just like it in the middle of watching it. 4 minutes of your life, you ain't gonna, it's not that much. Watch the video. If it makes sense, then comment. You may not agree with me or what he is doing. You may not agree with what I'm saying, and you may not agree with the decision that he made. But he basically said that he wanted to, his goals, his dreams, his plan was to make the school better, not just to make the football program better. Even though that was his mission, as far as, he was hired to be a football coach, but he went on to explain that, you know, he wanted to do more for the school, but the school wasn't ready. And it's funny how he explained himself. He said, it doesn't matter how much you do, it doesn't matter how well you do it, there's always going to be somebody that does not agree with what you're doing or how you're doing it. As a matter of fact, he went on to say that he's a winner. And anybody who knows him or looked up his resume, they already know his record of winning. So he was going to come and win. That's what he said. He's a very confident guy. Some people may take what he says as cockiness. I like it because, I think we have a similar personality on the surface from what I can see. But it's confidence. And a lot of people, he went on to say that, he said he came here to dominate. He came to the school to dominate. But you don't just dominate once. You keep dominating. You keep dominating. You keep dominating. And some people didn't like that. Also, he went on to say that there were some other issues with the school, which it's like that in every organization. But he wanted to address the other issues, whereas I believe the board did not and was not ready to address those issues. So, for lack of better terms, I think he just felt like his talent wasn't needed, or whatever he said he heard from God, to move on. It was time to go. People were quick to say that he was a sellout. It's that Pia Nana. Thanks for jumping on. I appreciate it. Drop your city and state. As you guys jump on, drop your city and state, like, share, and tag. We're talking about the controversial move. It's controversial for other people. It's not for him. People are saying it's a controversial move. But, he knows exactly what his mission and goal is, I believe. I think he does. But a lot of people are not happy with it. And a lot of people in his culture, in our culture, are not happy with it because he moved and they're trying to associate his move with money. Now, let me see if I can tie this in to building a business, or to getting a promotion on your job, or to wanting more and better for your family. Let's see if I can tie this in. First off, we have to understand that not everybody's going to have your vision. God didn't give my vision to you. So when we connect with each other, and we know that it's going to take people to help us build, he's going to bring people into our paths to help us build where he wants us to go and how he wants us to build. That's a fact. That I don't think that can be disputed. People are going to come in our paths and they're going to assist us to getting where we want to go. That's a time and a reason. That's a time and a reason, okay? Here's the thing. I want y'all to think about this. And I want you to think about this in the sense of you are building your business, or you are improving your lifestyle for your family, your household. You're not doing it in the sense that you are stepping on people, or you're hurting people, or you're offending people. Of course, some people may be offended, but you're not doing it to offend people. You're doing it because you want to grow and you want better. See, just like I hear this all the time. When I talk about business, when me and my wife we talk about business and business ownership, the first defense that people who are unsure whether they want to take on the responsibility of running a business, of operating a business, the first defense that they take on for people who don't want to say it out of their mouth, I have a business. The first defense is that, well, don't push that on me. Maybe that's not what I want. Just like that may not be what some people want, some people don't want to stay in the same place. Some people don't want to have just enough. Some people want to have more. Some people don't want to be mediocre. And am I saying you're mediocre, or a person is mediocre because they're not wanting to grow? Yes, absolutely. Because the growth is not just in elevating financially. The growth is in learning and experiencing different things, because we're not learning and experiencing all these things just for ourselves. We're also learning and experiencing things for other people who we're going to meet, people who may be currently in our circle or people who may be in our circle in the future. I think about this a lot. Just because a lot of people don't want business ownership to be pushed on them because they're not ready to accept their responsibility, well, don't push on people who want to grow. Don't push your fears onto them. I look at the whole idea about, how much more can you do for somebody or an organization when they decide not to grow, when they're happy with just this? How much can you do? In the same sense, the same with your business, or the same with your job. There's a position that's opening and it needs to be filled. And it's only one position, but maybe it's 2 or 3 people who are qualified on paper for that position. Maybe there's more people that's qualified for it. Maybe it's only 1 or 2 or 3 people that's qualified on paper for that position. Should you want more? That can be answered as a personal opinion, but it also can be answered as a matter of fact, because we are not supposed to be people of mediocrity. Having just enough is somebody who decides that they don't want more for whatever reason. That's your choice. You don't want me to push you being great on you. Don't push being mediocre on me. And now we're talking about building a business. In 2023, there are going to be so many people who are going to question your decisions. They're going to question your decisions. And your decisions, your business decisions, the way that you operate your business is going to affect a lot of people. It's going to affect the way you operate. It's going to affect the way they look at you. And some people are going to be offended by your actions. Some people are going to find your actions offensive. And I'm pretty sure that people are not just running around, hey, I'm looking to see how many people I can offend, because you're not waiting on them to approve what you're doing. See, we can't be a people who just waiting on other people to approve what we're doing. We will never get to the next level. We'll never level up. We'll never experience the level of greatness and the level of success that we think that we deserve. I'm talking about the people and the personalities who want more. If somebody hears this or sees this and they're saying, hey, I'm fine where I am, well, I'm not talking to you. I'm only talking to the people who are not content with where they are. Be thankful for what we have. Definitely, absolutely. But should we be satisfied? I don't think so. That's my opinion. So when we go to 2023 and we're building our businesses and we're starting to grow and we're starting to move differently, we're starting to maneuver and move differently, it's going to offend some people, because not everybody is going to be ready for you to level up. See, when your goal is to elevate, there's going to be some people that are not ready for you to elevate. There's going to be some personalities that are not going to be ready for you to get to the next level. Some of those same personalities who said that they didn't want to do anymore. They were happy and content where they were. Well, they want you to be happy where you are. Why do you need to do this? Why do you need a bigger space? Why do you need to do more projects? Why do you need to do more products? Why do you have to learn more? Why do you have to train more? There's going to be a lot of people who are going to question your motives and why do you want to elevate. In 2023, guys, it is happening. It's definitely happening. And you're going to have to make a decision, because we're making grown-up decisions. These are business decisions. We're not talking about making emotional decisions. These are adult decisions that are going to have to be made about your growth, about your business, about your family, about your generations, about your legacy. And we cannot allow mediocrity, mediocre personalities, people who are conditioned and want to stay conditioned, and people who are comfortable where they are, to affect your mission and your goal, your calling. There's going to be a lot of people who are not going to agree with what the blank spot is going to be doing in 2023, because we're going to be making people uncomfortable. See, you know that you're growing when people get uncomfortable with you. I think that should be put on a shirt or a hat or something. That's how you know that you're growing, because people get uncomfortable with your growth. You know, Dion said something along the lines of, don't let my confidence offend your what do you say? Don't let my confidence offend your, man, somebody help me out. I can't believe I missed that one. I can't believe I missed that one. Let me see if I can find this thing real quick. That short-term memory is always getting me, man. Let me see. Offend your insecurities. That's what he said. He said, don't let my confidence offend your insecurities. I apologize for that brain cramp. It happens sometimes. You're going to get to a level in your life and in your business that is going to be so much higher than the people that started at the same time. Thank you. I appreciate it. You're going to get to a level in your life that, as you grow and develop and mature in your life and your business and your, it's going to be so much going on that people are going to be uncomfortable around you, because they're going to have to choose. They're going to have to choose. And I want you to understand something, ladies and gentlemen. I want you to understand this. And I'm speaking this into existence right now. As you grow and people get uncomfortable, they're becoming uncomfortable because they're being forced to make a decision. Should I grow with you, or should I stay where I am? That's a moment of truth and clarity right there. See, I don't have to preach. I don't have to preach growth and maturity and elevation. I don't have to do that. All I have to do is do it. And the people around me are either going to elevate with me, or they're going to stay in the same place, and we're going to get further and further apart. I love listening to him as well, because he's real. And he's been like that since he's been publicized. I don't know what his personal life is like. All I can do is go by what he is saying out in public, and it's consistent. It's consistent. You're going to grow so much in 2023 because you're going to do the work, that others are going to become offended, and they're going to become insecure. And they're going to have to do what people say. They're going to either have to go to the bathroom or get off the pot. I see all these financial affirmations being posted on social media. We're no longer going to live paycheck to paycheck. We're going to be great, and we're going to this. Listen, guys, we still got to do the work. Faith without works is still dead. That hadn't changed. So we can. The affirmations are great. Speaking into existence, that's great. But we still have to do the work. That's capitalism, basing your success off the loss of others. I can understand why you would say that. I can understand why you would say that. And now I'm going to shift into the how to win friends and influence people conversation. I can definitely understand why you say that. or why you feel like that. That's capitalism basing your success off the loss of others. I don't see how me wanting to be better is basing my success off of other people losing. I understand the definition of capitalism. Capitalism requires one to lose for another to gain. So, do you recommend we all not want to do more? And that's the question. So, you have your opinion, and I respect your opinion. And all I ask is that you respect mine. I will not sit in a pile of mud and dirt because somebody else just refuses to move. You know, so and that's just a mindset that some people have. I'm reading the comments. I'm checking you out as you got on the call and you never introduced yourself. You just probably was passing by and you decided to comment. But the entertainment is great. That's awesome. Your bills are not going to be paid with likes, hearts, and shares. We live in a capitalistic society, and we are not going to be able to change this capitalistic society. I don't see anybody having an issue when we were in this capitalist society and several people were working for free to build this country. I didn't see any issue with that. So all I'm saying is when you decide to elevate, there's going to be some people that are not ready. You can be in this society and elevate and do good without hurting somebody. Absolutely. There's no top without the bottom. There's no way to have everyone at the top. You're absolutely right. Because you know why? Because of that type of thinking. It's not about everybody being at the top, y'all. It's about people being a little bit better than they were the day before. And it's personalities that are not going to agree. And that's just how it is. You're going to have some people that's going to say, hey, you know what? I'm happy where I am. And that's cool. Just like it's going to be some people who's going to say, hey, you know what? I just don't want to have a business. I can explain to you till I'm blue in the face that a business is a strategy and it helps you to legally lower your taxes so you can keep more money, so you can have a better life, so you can feed your family and be more comfortable. I can argue that point till I'm blue in the face. But there's always going to be somebody that's going to say, well, you know what? It shouldn't be like that. You're right, it shouldn't. But this is the country that we live in. This is the country that we live in. And no matter how many people, throw comments out there, no matter how many people say things, regardless, you have to take a look at your own self. You have to take a look at your own situation. And if you're happy where you are right now, listen, ladies and gentlemen, I am happy for you. If you're happy, because here's the thing, this is what I learned. This is what I've learned and continue to be reminded of. You have some people who are going to do more than others. And you're going to have some people who are going to antagonize when you do more than them. Simple as that. Someone says that they want a business. It's too easy. It's not hard. It's not hard to start a business. But I want to bring this point to the forefront. Having a business does not make you a business owner. Having a business does not make you a business. Just because you have a saw and a hammer, that don't make you a carpenter. This person that's on TikTok, and this is what I'm reading. Hey, Aquisha, thanks for jumping on. This person on TikTok is saying it's socialism for business and capitalism for consumers / laborers. Well, you know what? The country that I live in, that I served for 22 years as a black man that didn't want me to be doing what I was doing, because no matter what I did in my capacity in the military, I was still a black soldier. The country that I live in told me that I can be a business owner. So I can choose to either be a laborer or I can choose to be a business owner. I can do both. So that means we all have choices. We all have choices. So if you choose to be on one side or the other, that's your choice. We have to stop making excuses. Black, white, yellow, brown, we have to stop making excuses. Every day we wake up to chances and choices. Every day. We can choose to say how the country is run and how jacked up it is, and how we can choose to do that. We can easily get a passport and go to a third world country. We can go wherever we want to in this world. It still ain't gonna change. You're gonna still need resources to get the things that you need to survive. That's the bottom line. So not sure what people are thinking, but the bottom line is this: if you want to do better, the first step to doing better is here. That's it. In 2023, there's going to be some people who are going to be thinking, man, you know what? I want to elevate, but people are not going to accept me the same. Don't let your light dim. Don't dim your light because of something that somebody else may say or something somebody else may think. Don't lower your standards because of, being concerned about offending somebody. I find it offensive that we live in the greatest country in the world. And as I'm down in the streets of downtown Cleveland waiting to go and get my son, I see the same thing that I saw in the downtown South Carolina, in Columbia. I see people who are homeless, people who don't have anything to eat, people who are out in the streets. And the difference is that it's about 27 degrees here and it's about 40 degrees there. The difference is these people on these streets will freeze to death faster than they will in South Carolina. However, it's still the same concept. We live in the greatest country in the world. That's what's being said. We have access to, hundreds of thousands of resources. But yet, we have people who are not doing well. Well, I'm not saying I don't have any empathy for those people because I don't know how they ended up that way. But I do know that every day we wake up to chances and choices. Some people's minds are stronger than the others. Some people are not. That don't make me unempathetic. But I do know that as I go through life and as I slide over from 2022 to 2023, our business that allows us to live a better life is going to have some changes. And we're elevating. And we already know that it's going to affect some people who are in our circles or who are in our reach. You can choose to elevate or you can choose to stay the same. It's a choice. And you're going to get comments, whether they're directly related to you or whether they're ghost comments. You're going to get comments of people who are not going to agree with what you're doing. Everybody has to answer for themselves. Your vision is not their vision. Your vision is not their vision. I look at it and I say, man, we're blaming people for wanting to do better. And I'm not talking about as it relates to taking advantage of people. I'm not talking about as it relates to stepping over somebody or holding somebody back or holding somebody down. I'm talking about we all look for opportunities at some point in time until the opportunity comes to forefront. What are you doing when that opportunity happens? What are you doing? You're talking the truth. I've worked with homeless in the past, and some of it's choice and other situational. I know being in the military, being retired, you already know, Glamour Stones, that we have a lot of our, fallen soldiers. Mentally, they fail, and they don't know what they're doing. And some of them just choose to not be around. So, I mean, there are some situations, but and I digress. I let a comment on another platform take me off of the message that I'm wanting to relay. And the message is this: do not get thrown off of your focus because of somebody being uncomfortable with your choices. When I stopped worrying about what people thought about me, things started getting better. Things started getting easier. It was when I was trying to appease everybody. when I was trying to make everybody happy, I was not seeing any growth. There's some people out here who are wanting to do better. And because they are afraid of what other people may think, they're not moving. So I just want you to think about this. Everybody's not going to be ready for you to elevate. They're not. Everybody's not going to be ready for you to get to the next level. They're going to be saying, hey, well, wait a minute. You said that we were going to do this together. And we can. We can do this together. Just because somebody moves further than you or faster than you doesn't mean that they're not going to help you when you need help. But you have to keep moving. It's a lot of mindset when people think, hey, you know what? This person is leaving me. They're leaving people behind. No, most times people stop moving. And that's unfortunate. So I want you to think about this, and I want you to really think about where you want to be in 2023. When your goal is elevation, but other people are not ready, what are you going to do? Are you going to stay in the same place and appease that personality? Or are you going to grow? It's your choice. So YouTube, Facebook, I'm going to end the broadcast. I appreciate y'all for jumping on. Like, share, and tag. We will not be on tomorrow. I may be live somewhere, but I won't be on tomorrow because I'll be traveling. And Friday, we will resume this Friday on our call. But I want you guys to just consider what you hear from other people. How many people are actually supporting you? How many people are actually, wanting to clap and support you and celebrate with you? See, we're not celebrating with Dillon. We say we want to elevate, we want to see other people elevate, but we're not happy when other people, do some things. That's not cool. Anyway, like I always say, when you know better, that's when you have the ability to do better. And the only knowledge that's powerful is properly applied knowledge. Make sure you like, share, tag, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Make sure you hit that bell to be notified. And I will see you all at the top, because there's too many people struggling at the bottom.